Welcome back. This is an Aleks training video on balancing chemical equations with interfering coefficients. Interfering coefficients is a fancy way of saying this is hard. The reason it's hard is because you're going to have to go back and forth erasing what you've done because they don't fit. You'll have to just sometimes redo it, going back and forth, left and right, multiplying each time. There's some rules of thumb, though, that might help you so that you don't end up with huge numbers, because most of the time they're not going to be enormous numbers. Sometimes you'll get 45 of something on one side, but most of the time you're not. So we're just going to take it slow and easy, but realize that you are going to probably have to erase some of the ones that you did. Okay, they're not always going to be effortless. You're going to have to do a little bit of work. All right, so I have got ethane, which is some kind of a gas, natural gas, and it's burning in oxygen. And whenever a hydrocarbon burns in oxygen, you're going to get carbon dioxide and water. Always. That's what you get. All right, so we want to make sure that I've got the same amount of material on both sides of each kind of atom. So I'm going to look starting on this side, just because it's on the left. I've got two carbons, 1, 2. They're each of them with no subscript, so I've got 2 on this side, 1 on this side. So to fix it, I'm going to multiply the molecule by 2. So I end up with 2 carbons on the left, 2 carbons on the right. Okay. I told you in the past that rule of thumb is that you do hydrogens last. Oxygens and hydrogens are the ones that are going to cause you problems. Sometimes you go one way, sometimes it's left the other way. You just kind of play it by ear. But your oxygens and hydrogens are the ones you kind of leave for the end. So I normally try to do oxygens next. So let's see, in order to get oxygens, I've got 2 on this side. I've got 2 times 2 on this side, that's 4. Plus 1 more is 5. Okay, automatically a red flag goes off. I've got an odd number of atoms on this side, an even number on this side. So it doesn't matter what I multiply here. Every number that I choose will make this even. Any number times 2 is going to be an even number. If I can't do this one because any number I choose here is going to keep this one even, and then I'll have 1 more, which will make it odd. So I need to play with the water to make that oxygen even so that I can double or triple on both sides. Okay, so that is really going to be your problem. Your problem is always going to be you're going to have an odd number on one side and an even number on another. The fix is that you make them even. If you can make them even, you'll fix it. So I'm going to come over here and make it even. Now I don't know what to put, so I'm just going to make it up 2. Okay, I can always fix it later. But right now that makes it even. So I have got 2 times 2 is 4, plus 2 more is 6. So I have 6 oxygens on this side. 2 times what is 6? 3. Okay, 2 times 3 is 6. So far I've got carbons fixed. I've got 2 and 2. I've got oxygens fixed. I've got 6 and 6. All right, now hydrogens. And you know it's interfering, so you know I'm going to have to undo a lot of the stuff I've already done, but that's just the way it works. On this side, I've got 2 times 2, which is 4 hydrogens. Over here, I've got 3 plus 3 is 6. All right, so 4 doesn't fit into 6. So the next thing I can do is, what number does 6 and 4 both go into? 12. All right, so here I'm going to have to make this 12. So 6 times 2 is 12. All right, so I've got numbers on everything. I've got 2 and 3 and 2 and 2, but I've messed everything all up because now by making this 12, by fixing the hydrogens, I have messed up my carbon now because I've got 2 times 2 is 4, so I need to move this to 4. Okay, this to 4. And I also messed up my hydrogens, right? Because I had 2 times 6 is 12. This was 2. 2 times what is 12? 6. Okay, so now I've got the hydrogens fixed again, I've got the carbons fixed again, and now I have to go back and do the oxygens. So it's not always hydrogen last, it's whatever was the problem. And your problem was that you had an odd number and an even number, and it made your oxygens the weird one, and it becomes last. So count them up. 2 times 4 is 8. Plus 6 is 14. And this is no 2. What times 2 is 14? 7. So you are going to have 2 of the ethane, 7 oxygens, 4 carbon dioxides, and 6 waters. Okay, so this may be a hard one for you. You may have to do several of these before you can get it, but I'll help you too.